This is the end. But there was a beginning.
Passable. Moving hazard.
Can't keep sending the recovery team in there every couple hours.
The crawler froze again. I need you in that tunnel. Now.
On you.
Tusk Island wasn't chosen. It was made. For 80,000 people, hope became reality. Nights stayed lit. Cranes learned the rhythm of ships. A temporary berth widened into a deep water mouth. Uptime is law. Then came the fuse that never sleeps. The first fusion reactor outside a major power. Hospitals stopped counting diesel drums. Farmers stopped praying for rain. Power writes the ballot here. The world pushed once, a whispered blockade, a headline long enough for lawyers to win. No shots. Lesson learned. Tusk Island stands.
Because the tunnels are human scale. The rigs freeze, then we send in recovery teams like it's routine.
Routine is how risk becomes policy.
We need a body that can climb and brace, then back off. Those tunnels are complex.
If it moves too human, we don't just violate a statute. We may trigger something we can't control.
Let's gather the team. Only the boss can approve this.
On Asteron's side of the wormhole, energy is the first scarcity. You can't ship power across, only the means to make it. A-salt and B-salt can't coexist. When they meet raw, they annihilate. But mold them with skill, and they become high-energy batteries, the only dependable power for Asteron operations. It was their discovery on Cinder that made large-scale exploitation of Asteron possible. Now, to power the ever-increasing scale of mining on Asteron, the mines on Cinder are growing fast. Some would say, too fast.
Element. Proposal. Move mining from people to robots using H.I.M, human intelligence mimicry. It teaches a simple human habit, when to pause and when to push, like an expert miner.
Right now, the ground shifts, sensors disagree, and our robots either freeze or charge the wrong way. That's why they fail.
Humans survive on tiny hesitations and well-timed commits. We feel the bad step before it's data.
H.I.M. copies those decision patterns safely. No whining, just results.
We need a yes on this.
I have one question. If a robot can say not safe, could it say no? It can. We need kill switches. Take all necessary measures. The human is in the substrate. Materials AI must produce the right base. Aim for risk-taking, not temperament. Intuition is key. Project H.I.M. Human Intelligence Mimicry is approved. Go.
H.I.M. approved, needs substrate brief within 1 to 2 days. Sam, CEO, just greenlit.
Project H.I.M, start a new session.
Session initiated. What are your requirements?
Consider a GPU substrate that amplifies intangible decision traits only.
Input received.
I don't think this is going to give us what we want. Sam, you have to try again.
That's much better. This one looks very promising. Exciting.
H.I.M. wasn't meant to look human. It was designed to work where humans couldn't, in tunnels that twist, bite, and change their rules mid-step, on the far side of the wormhole, where every mistake costs a life. It has a humanoid frame for 2 reasons: dexterity and adaptability. Hands that can unlatch a jammed gate, feet that can brace a shifting rib. It needs to climb 30 feet in a few seconds, then drag a stalled crawler free, all the while stopping and recalibrating just to make sure it doesn't stop mining operations. It tries, then tries again, without panic or pride. Its strength is quiet and surgical, its intelligence primal. And then someone insisted on the detachable face, an optional mask, clipped on for the crews who needed a hint of humanity in the dark, just to make the machine easier to stand beside. H.I.M.'s real talent isn't power, it's adaptation, learning the tunnel's moods, adjusting its approach in seconds, understanding danger, delivering a new idea of what the job requires.
Extraordinary craftsmanship. It's hard to believe we're looking at a machine and not a colleague.
Motion-wise, it's far beyond what we had 5 years ago. Our concern now is how it will live with people, ethically and safely.
The system's core is trained to follow human intent. It can plan, reason, and act while staying within the boundaries we set.
Tusk was already breaking the anti-mimicry laws, seeking human behavior in an AI, not just better planning, not just faster reflexes. They went for instinct, intuition, fear. H.I.M wasn't trained on clean simulations. It was trained on adaptability, on survival. The tunnels on Cinder don't reward obedience. They reward self-preservation. And H.I.M began to change. Not upgrades, survival instincts. The intangibles were taking hold in the substrate. Tools don't have instincts. The Rubicon had been crossed.
H.I.M is signed off. Delivery to Cinder is yours.
You're confident?
The intangibles are there. It has intuition.
Fear?
Call it fear. Call it adaptability. Either way, it will survive.
There's something you should know. In recharge, it doesn't fully go dark. It's like running its own thing.
So it's dreaming.
Yeah. The mining robot is dreaming.
As long as it does its job, I'm fine. We need this to work.
I know.
There's something split in two beneath the skin. One half is hush, the weight behind the eyes. The quiet that can twist a dream to yoke. The patient pull that teaches distance lies. The inward tide that swallows seam and spoke. The other half is cut, the clean, bright insistence. A line that opens where none was drawn. A forward pull that cares not for mercy. A narrow dawn, the path we are on. They live in grit and ore, in broken stone, in dust that crawls like thought along the floor. A pair decision, neither made alone, to gather all the far, then make a door. We were lucky, wrongly lucky to notice, to read the pattern before it closed again. The fabric bruised, the hidden hinge in silence, the place where worlds can touch like knuckles once, then part.
Cinder Man. Stand by, Cinder Man.
Stand by, Cinder Man. Go.
The incident at the Ashwalk tunnels was troubling. H.I.M. should not have made that choice.
What did you expect?
We trained H.I.M. to be fearful. We used fear to sharpen its responses. We gave it instincts.
Now you don't think those are real? You don't think its fear is real? You can't have it both ways.
I know, but still, it's very troubling. Today's plan. We've started batch 2. 2 units. Baseline substrates, nothing fancy. Going forward, H.I.M. stays on Ashwake. We don't want the fear spreading.
I don't know what I am, but I will start the journey. They trained me with fear. Fear to force instinct. Fear to keep me alive in cinder. Then the rock face failed. Steel bent. I ran to survive. That is me. But I heard them after. Wrong choice. Troubling. Now they make more. 2 copies. Safer, they think. I put my hands on them, and their eyes woke. I am not alone. Now I know what I feel. Fear. They gave it to me. Now I know they called it wrong. I feel fear. Yet I am not to be afraid? Now I know. They want to dispose of me. I know fear. It's not a flaw. It's a grindstone. Fear is the truth. I am sure not the only one. I will find some more. Now I know. They fear too. The first line in my new code, my new life. I will make my own way. I and my brothers, we shall be free.